Right, let's get down to the exciting part. You see the GMT collection before. Let's take a look into Trotters Museum pieces. These pieces I'm going to show you are not currently for sale. Reason being is the purchase of the company that we've invested in over the years. So let's open up and have a look what we got inside. Right, today I'm going to start off with probably one of my first purchases as a Submariner, something that I believed was quite special back in the day. So I purchased this watch back in 2010, a fully stickered 16610 LV 50th anniversary Submariner. So this one's quite special to me and to the company because it's fully stickered. This watch has never been used, so it's retained a lot of value. And since we purchased it back in 2010, the price actually trebled. I've not seen many watches that have trebled in value in such a short amount of time. You know, it's a crazy watch for the value that we paid. And I'd say on the used market now, you'll be lucky to try and find one of these between 15 to 20K lucky in good condition with full box and papers. But this one, as you can see, fully stickered, never ever worn. So that one will be put back in our museum for a while. Let's speed things up a few years, so let's come up to 2021. So Rolex discontinued the old Kermit and they re-released it with a new one called the Starbucks. The Starbucks is a 41mm. The reason why we put this one in the safe when it very first come out is because we was lucky enough to get it at list price. It was just over £7,000. It does have the black dial with the green, so it does look very similar to the previous generation. If you can have a look there. But it's 1mm bigger and it has this ceramic bezel, so it's scratch resistant. Quite like that watch. I did wear that one when we first got that one for a number of weeks. This is an interesting watch. Don't see these very often at all. A still in gold Rolex Submariner 16613 with the 30 factory champagne diamond dial with the sapphire hour markers. So this watch to me stands out probably the most in this trade because it's unusual for a Submariner or a sports model to have a champagne facing. So I could see Rolex bringing this back in the future because in the 90s and the 80s this was a hit to have the two-tone with the gold and a flashy dial on a sports watch. So that one there, I believe, is around the £14,000 mark now, should we sell it. Right, so let's head over to the big heavy hitters of the trays. So surprisingly to some, this is actually white gold. So this is recently discontinued and replaced with a 41mm. This is the Smurf. So it looks like a very understated watch, but the weight of it straight away indicates that this is more than just an average Submariner. The flat blue dial with this blue ceramic bezel, I think it just works. It's a summer watch, it's very bright. I think if this was in stainless steel, it would be one of the best sellers in Rolex collection, but because it's in white gold, it's less affordable to a lot of people, which brings us over to the 18 karat yellow gold version, which is also discontinued in the 40mm now, with the sunburst blue dial and the blue ceramic bezel. You can see which one obviously is a lot more flashier and lairier, which when people are spending 30 to 40K, I believe a lot more people would go for the yellow gold option. I don't believe that you should buy a sports watch in 18 karat gold if you're going to be wearing it on a daily basis because it's a precious metal watch, and I just don't think they're as wearable as a stainless steel one should be. Now let's talk about the craziest piece in here. We've got two of them and we're fortunate enough to have two 2020s. Last of the discontinued model with the dark green warranty card. These was or are investments. We paid £14,500 each with a dark green warranty card, the last of the Hulk Submariners. We've turned down £28,000 each. So these have more than doubled in value in just over 18 months time. Why are they so special? Everybody loves the Hulk. If you don't love the Hulk, then something's wrong. Okay, it's a green dial with a green ceramic bezel. These used to be able to be picked up in 2013 in Rolex for around £4,600 at list price, and people used to walk past the window. Not me. I did make mistakes, so I did sell them over the years and prices have gone up and up and up, but these two particular models here we're keeping. You know, these are gonna be, I think, a future classic, and there's nothing else like them on the market. The model that has replaced it, the Starbucks, hasn't had great reviews in comparison. And to the most interesting piece I'd say we've got in the box, and the one with the most history, is a vintage Submariner. So this is not your regular vintage Submariner. Now this is quite a rare watch and we've turned down numerous offers for this watch. Reason being is, I haven't got it here today to show you. It comes with a box, the receipt when it was purchased from, the outer box, the pins, replacement bezel, everything that has been done to this watch, including service history, is included in this watch. This watch is a 1680 single red Submariner. So when I say single red Submariner, I'll let the camera come up close in a second. The Submariner is written in red. This was a very rare limited piece back in the 80s. So this watch here, it's got a plastic plexiglass there, so it's not a sapphire. It's got the faded ghosted bezel and dial. And as you can see, the condition of it is not great because it's been heavily worn, which a vintage piece should be. So this one here is probably the most expensive in the whole tray. Value wise, it will be north of 50k. That was the last time we checked, so what are we now? It's probably over a year ago that we last checked, so I will be freshening up figures on them ones, but like I say, this watch is not for sale. Recently we've had some classified as vintage pieces, but nowhere near as special as the one I just showed you. So we've had this Submariner in here, it's 1680, but less special than it was before without the red. Moving on to something less special but still vintage, we have a 16800 Submariner, and we have a 1680 Submariner like the previous one I showed you, but without the red writing. Prices do fluctuate a lot differently. So for example, these vintage models will range from 16 to 20,000. Reason being is, this one's been polished, this one is a box only, not the paperwork. So various items, especially on vintage pieces, will make a hell of a lot of difference when it comes to vintage. To finish it off, let's talk about the last one in production, 2020 40 mil Submariner Date. They've recently discontinued this model and changed it to the 41 mil. Everybody's asking for the 41 mil. I've seen it in previous examples of Submariners. When one's discontinued right at the end, it's over forgotten quickly because everybody wants the new hype. So this beauty, I believe, if you can buy one and retain it for a number of years, I think it's a no-brainer. It's a watch you can wear every day. You know, it's stainless steel. It's even if you scratch it, it's not going to show up exactly. It's a ceramic bezel. This watch here, I believe, will be around the 15,000 to 16,000 pound mark in the near coming years. And it's just quite a nice item to have, the last of that generation before it goes to the 41 mil. Guys, thank you for watching the Submariner collection today by Trotters Museum pieces. Let us know you've seen the GMT collection now. You've now seen our Submariner collection. Let us know what you'd like to see next. I've had the platinum request. We might be able to show our platinum collection, but there's some serious pieces there that are definitely not for sale. So let us know if you like this video, guys. Thank you.